Hello everyone, I am back with another video. If this is your first time, thank you for tuning in and I hope you're here to stay. So this is what I eat in a day, and as you can see, I started off my week with something pretty simple. Just made some toast, some fried eggs with some baked beans, and I put a little bit of mayo over my toast. As you guys know, I love adding aromats onto everything, so of course that's what I did on my eggs. So this breakfast is my go-to when I usually don't want to use so much thinking capacity. Easy to make, flavorful, simple. Takes what, 10 minutes and then you're done. For lunch, I ended up having what my boyfriend made the night before. He made creamy chicken pasta, in which he made his own version. I usually do make it with macaroni, but we didn't have macaroni, so he just decided to make it with spaghetti, and it was just as good. And once again, you can see some aromat specks on the plates because I love me some aromats. Then before dinner, I ended up making a peanut butter smoothie. I usually make this after a workout, or if I'm not working out, I'll usually have it to just add extra calories into my day, because your girl is trying to gain a little booty and I'm on a fitness journey, so hoping to pack a bit of muscle here and there. What I add is some frozen bananas, a spoonful of peanut butter, some cinnamon, some chia seeds, and some almond milk. You blend it all up and it's so good. I mean, I personally don't understand people who don't love peanut butter smoothies. They're creamy, they've got that peanut butter taste, but it's not overpowering. There's some bananas. It's just amazing. Now, moving right over to dinner. If anybody knows or that comes over to my place, they know if Atli doesn't have anything to cook, trust her to make spaghetti bolognese. And that's exactly what I did today. So I just made my go-to spaghetti bolognese, in which you just take half an onion, chop it finely. Well, it's not that fine, but it's as fine as I can make it. Added a teaspoon of garlic, and then added a bit of paprika to give it a smoky flavor. Added all my mince, and once that was shredded and a little brown, then I decided to add in my bolognese sauce. This was the mushroom flavored one. After I let that simmer in for a bit, I then added in some baked beans, which I had left in a bowl from the breakfast. You know, we don't waste, and let that simmer for a bit whilst I get onto making my spaghetti. Once my spaghetti is done, cooked and rinsed, then will I only turn off all the pots, and by then everything is cooked through. It's yummy, it's flavorful, and it's so easy to make. It is Tuesday. Now this morning I decided to make my other go-to breakfast, which is very, very simple. I have covered how I make my oats in a previous what I eat in a day video, so I'm not really going to go into much detail, but it's just some jungle oats, some pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, a spoonful of peanut butter, and some almond milk. For lunch, I've made this before in a previous video as well, but just some boiled eggs, and I then added in some mixed veggies and I fried them up just a little bit. I then added in my 2-minute noodles, ramen, whatever you may call it, to the same pot which was boiling my eggs. Once my eggs were boiled through, added a bit of the bolognese sauce from yesterday onto my veggie. Once my noodles were cooked through, I just added them to the veggies, added the 2-minute noodle seasoning, and that is just about it. It's yummy, it's filling, and it's super easy to make. I'm all about simple meals. I mean, it's very rare that I end up making something that needs 3 hours to cook, 2 hours to cook. I do not have the time, but maybe one day I should surprise you guys with, a little bit of lamb shank or something. Your girl had some cravings, so I decided to order some dunked wings from KFC, and that was pretty much my snack of the day before dinner. Dinner was simple once again. I just made some tin fish, spaghetti, and a quick chickpea salad. I usually make this dish with some rice, but I didn't feel like rice pretty much this entire week. So all I did was rinse my chickpeas, added some curry powder just to give it a nice color and a bit of flavor, and some garlic salt with some sunflower oil, and then I popped them in the oven so they could cook and just become quite crispy. I basically roasted them in the oven, if I were to say that. Diced up some onions and obviously added in my pilchards tin fish once those were nice and sauteed. Oh, I also added some garlic salt for flavor. Forgot that part. Oh, and some paprika for smokiness. I then added in my tin fish and I stirred that all up. Added a bit more bolognese sauce. As you can tell, I do not finish using something the day before. I will use it over and over again and cultivate it and make the most of it in almost every dish. So that's exactly what I did here as well. Let that simmer whilst I made my spaghetti, and that was pretty much my dinner. Now it is Wednesday and I did not show you guys what I had for breakfast because I literally had the same thing as yesterday. I had jungle oats with some seeds and peanut butter once again, so I just moved straight to lunch. At lunch, and I shredded some bread and I had some amasi with it. Now amasi, for those that don't know, is basically sour milk. Now, before dinner, the kitchen was quite dirty, so I just decided to play a little bit of music and get myself going and clean the kitchen just before I made dinner. Before dinner, I ended up making a peanut butter sandwich with some coffee because I was a bit hungry and the dishes really had me tired. So my dinner was pretty simple. Just took some chicken, spread it with some garlic salt, as you can tell, my other favorite, and some paprika, popped it in the oven. Then once the chicken was ready, in a hot pan I added some honey, some aromat for some flavor, some paprika for a bit of smokiness, and a little bit of the Nando's very peri sauce. Once all of that was boiling and my chicken was ready, I just added my chicken to the sauce and then I just covered it so it just became some really sweet, sticky, spicy chicken. Then once everything was done, because your girl don't waste, I decided to add in some of the leftover chickpea salad, and then I put some toast in the oven with some garlic and butter, and then just cut it into strips, and that was a very easy dinner. Then moving right over to Thursday, now I got quite excited for this breakfast today because I hardly make bacon and eggs, so it was kind of like a little treat to myself. So that's exactly what I did, just fried up some bacon, cut up some tomatoes. I was meant to fry them, but I actually got a little bit lazy. Added some aromats, made some scrambled eggs, and then I dished all of that up together, and that was a really yummy, simple breakfast. I'd call it an English breakfast, but obviously there's a couple of things missing, such as the baked beans and blood sausage, but this was just as good. Now moving over to lunch, I was pretty much just nibbling. My boyfriend bought us both sushi, so I just had that, and I topped it off with a peanut butter smoothie once again. And this was basically what I had before I headed over for my sister's 21st dinner, in which I'm making my way there right now. That's pretty much all I had. Did not film what I had for the dinner, and we just moved over to the next day, which was Friday. Then for breakfast, I had what my boyfriend had made the previous night whilst I was out for my sister's 21st dinner. It was basically one pot chicken with some rice, but I just topped it off with the fried egg and some bolognese sauce, and that was my breakfast. I did not film what I had for lunch because I had noodles with a boiled egg once again. I was too hungover to cook, and my boyfriend was tired himself, so we just decided to go out and get Burger King, as you see right here. We hardly get takeaways like for dinner, so this is like a little treat, and we're just like, we're both not in the mood, so why not? And that concludes everything that I eat in a week. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.